guys. I'm sorry I'm so far in between videos, but you know what? It is what it is. It's not, this isn't my job. So anyway, I know you're really sick of the sun porch, so I'm facing this on the living room right now. And I did make some changes to the philodendron rolling carts. I'm coming up closer. I added higher trellises because I got tired of chopping my pretty babies down. They're in 8-inch, most of them are in 8-inch either pots or the trash cans from Dollar Tree. And so even though they get tall on the vine, they won't be heavy in the pot. And if they get too big, they need repotting or something like that, I'm just going to root prune them. But another thing I did was I found came across these panels here. They're actually closet shelf panels. You get them at Home Depot. Well, these were at a yard sale, and there were 7 of them. And then these extra 2 short panels. There's one over there too. And I'm going to drag this out just a second. I had this panel, which is half of a dog gate, and I almost called it baby gate, but I got my butt chewed for calling them baby gates at the thrift store. They don't have baby gates. Well, I'm not sure, but I think they do make baby gates. Anyway, not my problem. I had that in front, and it's okay, but I kind of hated the look of it. And this looks better, I think, in my mind anyway. It's a cleaner look. The main reason is my cat chews on the leaves. She doesn't eat them, but she chews on them. And I don't know if it's making her really thin. I've asked the vet about it, and she said block the plants off the best you can. She says, I know you're not going to get rid of them. So I put those on. At this point, I haven't done the ends yet because there were 7 panels altogether. One was only 16 inches wide, and then these 2 little short ones. And I got them for $10 a piece, so that's a hell of a deal because they were like $39 at Home Depot for the size I got. And, but thinking about it, I got 6-foot ones that came. They'd already been bought. They were lightly used, but they're really strong. There was nothing the matter with them but some dust. And I was thinking about it, look at the prices. I think if you bought the 12-foot version and stood out in the parking lot with your bolt cutters and cut them to, excuse me, cut them to 6, you'd save money buying them that way if 12-foot won't fit in your vehicle, and they certainly won't fit in mine. So at the time I was going to do something different. The measurement I was told was they were 24 inches, but they're not. They're 20. So that totally blows out of the water the plan I had for them. But that's okay because I have a crazy creative mind. So here's what I did. And now we get into the sun porch, and I'll show you from the back side. See up above there's the wire shelves. Now those are narrower. These are a little bit wider, which is fine. It doesn't make any difference. These will all match. They're narrower. And that is 2 6-foot panels, but I cut them down. I think they're 4.5 feet long because that's basically the space I had. And I don't ever use this entryway. I never have in the whole time I've had the thing since I had the sun porch enclosed. It would be nice, but I don't need it, and I need this space in the living room. So anyway, so here's what I did. I cut the panel down to 4.5 feet, and you see the back side to keep the plants from sliding off, and the front has a little lip. And honestly, I believe I have that bottom of this part upside down, but it works better for me because it will keep the plants from, coming off the edge. So I checked with my light meter, and they're getting a lot of light. There's a light right there on the ceiling, so it's not, this is a 6.5-foot wide room, so they're really pretty close to that light. Plus this gets bright sunshine in here from these south windows in the late after, about this time in the afternoon it starts coming in. And at first I just did one shelf and I thought, yeah, that's enough. And then I got to looking at the plants that I have. See, most of these plants, and I'm going to show you another thing I did, are philodendrons, and they need to be up on these tables that I built out of the bifold doors. So I went to Walmart a while back. I picked these up, but I'm just now getting to the project. And they're just those cheap fence things, you know, you put around your flower beds or something to keep your dogs out. Wouldn't keep my dogs out, but I cut the legs on them a little bit shorter to shorten the distance here between this drop down and the tabletop. And I went around and I drilled holes, and with the right size bit that these fit in. And actually, this is quite sturdy. I mean, I'm pulling on it pretty hard, and I don't think the cat will challenge it because it's too much effort for her to just go up. She'll figure something out, and I'll show you. I just see a leaf sticking out here, and this is what she does. And I'm really tired of all my plants looking like this. And that's the cat chewing on them. She doesn't eat them. She just sticks her teeth in them, and at times she's totally feathered the edge of some of my bigger leaves. They're gone now because I cut them off because it bugs me. This is my old red emerald. Anyway, I have plants to put more on that lower shelf. This is as far as I got today. I had this part up when I went to bed last night about 10:30. And just as I was going to sleep about 1, this idea of what to do for the back, because I was going to put just a short board across there, came to me, that just use the other part of that shelf. And so I got up at 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm putting that damn thing up. But the second shelf went fairly easily. It's hard to cut them. The jaws of the bolt cutters don't fit between these rungs very good. So that's a couple projects I've done, and I did it over here too with the little fence. And I have some more. I want to, she's not, yeah, famous last words. I was going to say, she's not bothering the cursiva. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And let me get the camera in there. There, see? She's annihilating my leaves, and it just pisses me off. But I went to another yard sale a while back, and I got these. Wait a minute. I'm tangled up. Just a second. I know the camera's wonky, but deal with it. There we go. I got these, and they're quite tall. I would say they're close to 3 foot tall, I guess. They're kind of cute, and I'm going to hook them together, and I'm just going to drill holes in that tabletop and wrap them around somehow. And I might have to use the shorter ones that are on the front side. But I think what she's doing is she's standing on the windowsill chewing on those leaves, the little shit. I could just kick her butt, but I adore her. She's such a sweetheart. Anyway, I moved some of my Ripsalis out. I'm going to backlit here, and I'm at a funny angle there. I moved some of my Ripsalis out to this front room table, and I added, let me back up. I've got animals all over the place following me around. They think I'm talking to them. I added more hooks to the ceiling, so there's a, where's my finger? That's a Ruby Cascade, and I think it's called a Chain of Tears? I don't remember. Raindrops. And this is the cutting from Suzette's Black Pagoda. And I really think it needs to be hanging so people can see how beautiful, well, that's backlit, how beautiful the back sides of the leaves are. I can't get them to show up in the light. Oh well, it's a beautiful plant. And some others. So I've added, I don't know, 3 or 4 more hooks in the ceiling. So I'm pretty filled up here. I took one plant down up there because I don't want to block the light now from the shelves. I think the raindrops is doing okay. I don't think it's blocking it enough to make a difference. If it does, I'll move it. So that's about all. Oh, I know, there's one other little thing. For some reason, I need to carefully go around all the animals here. Okay, for some reason, along this rail that it's an old curtain rod, antique curtain rod, I'm pretty sure. It's cast iron that I put up. I don't remember when, a long time ago. I had propagations on it, but now it's all Hoyas, except for maybe one. No, it's all Hoyas. And I did buy the bird cages. There was a set of two. One was bigger than, one was smaller than the other. But all these little, funny little baskets started coming into my life. I had that one. But all these other ones, it's like every yard sale I went to or thrift store, there'd be one. And I finally collected enough of them to hang them on this rail, and I painted them all white, of course, because I'm a jerk that way. Anyway, I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I could actually probably get 2 more on there if they come my way. If they don't, that's okay too. Oh, and one more. Dang it, back into the sun porch again. Sorry, guys. I needed my totes back that I had under the table, and as you can see, I've been getting into them really quick. I need to make some lids for those boxes. I bought cheap ones that didn't have lids, and they don't really need them. It's just I just prefer not to see what's in them when I'm not using them. I got those, they're just those fabric storage box things, so I could have my totes back. And I got everything in here now is all sorted, and this is my little, this area in here is my potting area. My potting soil's in there. My potting mats and whatnot are in there. There's pots in there, little cups and pots and things in here in these 2 drawers that I use for propagations, which I'm not going to be doing too much more of, but you never know. I mean, I'm not going to get rid of them because we're always having to propagate something. And then I don't know, anyway, it's more pots, saucers, and then over on this side in the drawers I've got hangers, little cover pots, more little cover pots in these 2, and then in this one here is just bug stuff. I don't remember what's in that one. Shall we look? I just did it. You'd think, oh yeah, that's spag moss and nothing else. Is practically empty. So anyway, that's it. Now what I did try to do was get all my philodendrons behind gates or fences or whatever. I think I've done it mostly. There's a few, but I don't really see any way to do that. And so I have I get angry with her at that time. But I think most of these are philodendrons. I guess there's a Monstera stanleyana there, but she chews on that too, so a little twit. So anyway, that's my goal. That's kind of the end of this. I thank you for watching, subscribing, liking, whatever. It's all good. So we'll see you later. Bye now.